Right. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in again for another Authors Impact Hub podcast. I am your host, Juanita Woodson, and I am joined today by Miss Tonya Bailey. She is no stranger to the Authors Impact Hub podcast. I have had her on before for one of her other titles, but I'm excited to have her join again for her new release. And I am, of course, going to get her to introduce herself and the title of her new book. Miss Tanya, if you can just briefly share who you are and the title of your book that we're going to be discussing.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tonya Bailey. I am the author of Healing While Walking in Your Purpose, award-winning author of Pray Without Ceasing, author of Vision and Goal Planner, and now author of an ABC alphabet coloring book for children. I live in Virginia of the Eastern Shore. I'm married to my husband, Craig, almost 10 years. I don't have any kids, but I am so glad to be on here on today.
Yes, ma'am. Awesome. So we are talking about her new book, Healing While Walking in Your Purpose, and I am so excited. So before we get into our discussion, I'm going to ask you an icebreaker, right? So, in one word, if you can just describe what this season of your life is like.
This season of my life is about trust. Two words, trust and faith. Those are my two words. Trusting God, and I'm having my faith is being restored. Um, and if I could add another word, it'd be restoration, because this is my time for restoration. I have my first in these questions. You'll get some of the answers when I answer some of these questions on why I gave those answers.
Okay, absolutely. So, at what point did you realize your story needed to be shared, not just for healing, but for impact?
Well, I know that as for myself, I know what I'm dealing with and going through as far as health challenges. And with other people, some people, they go through things and they hold it inside. And they may not realize how to release or what is their next. So I wanted to write the book, not just for the healing, but also for different situations that people go through, challenges, as you may say. In their life, there's all, you got your trauma, you got generational curses that people may not release from. There always depression. There is stress that people go through. We go through daily, and you may not know how to relinquish yourself from those things. But if you, with my book, I put in my book some gems where they will help those who are dealing with these things, and they won't be staying still trying to figure out what can I do next. It's not just about healing from a sickness. Also, I can be healed from what I'm going through, and I can still continue on.
Absolutely, yes. So, your book, Healing While Walking in Your Purpose, frames healing as a journey. What does healing mean to you in this season?
To me, healing means set free, being in nothing with no regrets. Just, I know I'm healing, I'm walking, and I'm trying to heal. No matter what I'm going through, I'm still going to continue on. It's like, keep moving. Don't let nothing stop me. Just keep right on going. That's what it means to me.
Yes, I love
Even though
that.
it might take time, every,
Yes.
every step, every small step is better than no step at all. So it may take time to get where you're going, but you're going to get there. But do not let what you're going through stop you from getting there. Just keep moving, keep pressing.
Yes. Healing is a journey, right? It is not something that happens overnight.
No.
So what would you say
That's
to
your
someone?
question.
What would you say to someone who feels they must be fully healed before walking in their God-given purpose?
They may think they need to be, but technically, you really don't have to be fully healed. God is an awesome God, and He's a God of a second chance. No matter what you're going through, He is you're being healed as you're walking. You may not realize it, but God is healing you because in His eyes, once you decide and you make it up in your mind that this is what I want, a positive outlook, and you begin to walk in that, He is pleased with that. He is well pleased. But as long as you stay where you are, He's going to keep looking at you like, okay, I'm laying this platform out here for you. When are you going to take this time out to walk into it? When are you going to take the time out to step into it? When are you going to open that door? I'm giving you the vision for the provision. So what is the problem? All you
Yeah.
have to do is just seek me and step right into it and walk right into it.
Yes, absolutely. So was there a chapter in the book that was maybe challenging for you to write, or maybe freeing? We can use the word challenging or freeing.
Um, the one, oh my God, just a minute. Let me get this book. Because I done wrote and wrote and wrote so much. I've been writing all week. Um, the chapter that really touched me, Are You Really Healed? That is chapter 4, Are You Really Healed?
Okay.
And I say that because sometimes we question ourselves on when you feel that you have been set free of something and you question yourself because that's because it's not happening when you want it. It's going to happen in God's time. So, with that being said, like for myself, for instance, when I was going through my breast cancer battle, I continue on. I did question God at first because I was not expecting that news because
Mhm.
I had good news prior to getting that news. And I was like, God, why now? Why are you giving me this now? But the way I dealt with that, I didn't deal with that the same way I dealt with my first news that I got about needing another transplant. I dealt with the breast cancers. Okay, God, whatever you have for me, I'm gonna walk in it. So I did question it. Am I being healed? Or God, is this something that you're doing? But we find ourselves in that place of asking and wondering, am I really healed? Is this really me? Am I the new person? Am I free? So that's why I said that chapter.
Okay. So then how did your faith sustain you during that journey, your breast cancer and transplant journey?
The transplant journey, that really got to me because I was not expecting to get that news of needing a new transplant. I knew from when I first received it, like over 30 some years ago, that it was only supposed to last 10 years, but mine lasted for 30. And I knew that I always knew in my mind it was never mine. It's not my native. I wasn't born with it. So it was somebody else's and I had to care for it as if I were caring for a child. And that's the way I did. And then when I got the news, I was like, oh God, I'm not feeling this. I did go into a place of depression because I was like, this was not supposed to happen. And what am I supposed to do now? I need to fix this. Not realizing, your mind when something happens, no matter what it is, you don't think about God. You think about how can I fix it? Sometimes
Right.
God wants you to take your hands off it so you can control it. He put you in places where I'm gonna get your attention one way or the other. And I lost track. I lost some faith in him. I was like, God, you doing this to me. Did I do something in my life back then that I don't know nothing about? I don't
Right.
recall. But after with my breast cancer journey, after seeing myself in that space, I was like, no, I'm not gonna allow this to happen. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna run with it. Me and you gonna walk with this, God. Whatever you have for me, I'm walking in it. I'm gonna do it, whatever you have, because I know that you the only one that can fix this. And sometimes again, you you ain't gonna put no more on us that we can bear.
Right.
And I know
Right.
that. So I just felt like whatever you have for me, it is for me, and I'm gonna go through it.
Yes. So
So
can you
yeah.
share a moment where you saw God working in you while you were still healing?
Yes. I worked through my breast cancer journey. I never missed a beat. I never took the day off. I worked every day. Um, I would go in, even if I went to work late after an appointment, I still showed up. And I
Yeah.
just knew, I said, it's nobody but God. Because even everybody, all my patients, I worked in the healthcare. So all my patients was like, you working? I said, yeah, why not? I mean, why should I stop working because I'm dealing with something like this? If I'm not tired, if I'm not in pain, I'm not hurting, I'm coming to work. And even down to the physician asked, do you need time off? I was like, no, let's keep working. Let's keep going. Because I felt like if I don't work, then I'm gonna crash. So let me keep moving. Let me keep going.
Okay. So
So
that's definitely,
yes,
oh, God gave you the strength to keep going. Definitely.
yes,
Yeah.
it was just going because I was like to push forward, keep pushing, because there's no way that if you stop, your mind's gonna focus on what you're going through. Like with this journey I'm in going on right now, um, at first it bothered me. I mean, it bothered me really bad because I had to stop work. But now I'm like, I'm out, I'm home, and I'm doing the things I got to do, and I'm writing. I read more. I study the word more. I'm trusting God every day. But it's
Right.
like I have that time and that space that I can. It's no reason I can't get it in. It's not like I have something blocking me to stop me from reading and just spending time with God.
Absolutely. So
So
how
yeah.
has sharing your testimony expanded your impact through your writing and your podcasting?
Um, It gives me a chance to share what I'm going through to help somebody else. Because there are people out here that's going through the same that may not speak up and they may not know which way to turn. Or some people may be going through something and they don't want to share their story and they just want to hear somebody else's story. So I feel that by me writing and even talking on my podcast about my journey can help somebody else to open up about theirs. And it may give them a reason to go and get checked or give them a reason to go and seek help if they need help.
Absolutely. So what do you hope readers walk away believing about themselves and God after reading Healing While Walking in Your Purpose?
Well, with me, I hope readers walk away with knowing that God is God and you can trust him. You may not see him, but he is still God and that you whatever your situation is, he got you. You just got to seek him. Just pray to him. That because your prayer is not being answered right now, because your healing is not coming, or just because you stuck somewhere, just pray and ask God to get you out of it. Just pray and ask him to help you. And that's what I hope I want them to leave with the impact of just trusting God and knowing no matter what you're going through that you're still human. Things happen, but you have a purpose. So you need to seek God for that purpose and you can walk in your purpose.
Absolutely. So what encouragement can you give to the author who feels called to write from a place of pain?
To write down what you're going through. Write it down. And what I feel like if you write down the negative, put in positive affirmations to go along with it. And just look how write down your negative and write down your positive and see which one outweighs the other. Because your positive always going to outweigh your negative all the time. No matter what you say, you might be thinking, well, I got this going on, that going on. But when you look at it, well, my bills are paid. That's a positive thought. Okay, I don't have much money, but I got food in my refrigerator. I got a roof over my head. I got gas in my car. That's positive. Don't just write down all your negative thinking and just back it up with positive thinking because it's your positive always going to outweigh that no matter
Yeah.
what. Because once you begin to talk whatever you speak out your mouth, the tongue is a powerful thing. Whatever you speak, don't speak on something that's negative because that's what you're going to be. Speak positive about yourself and I always speak positive affirmations. And that's how you can build yourself up.
Yes, absolutely. So what was maybe the most challenging part about this specific project, right? And then how did you overcome that? Because I know you've written multiple books, you've been a part of collaboration projects, but what was maybe the most challenging part and how did you overcome it?
This book, well, writing this book, I put myself there. I thought about myself. And then I was like, and then I put myself in other people's feet because we all have different challenges within our lives. We have our past, we have our present, we have our future. And I looked at myself far as my health challenge that I know that no matter what I'm going through, I keep pushing and I see that in myself. I really didn't pay attention to that my first book, but this book I was like, Tanya, you still push and push and push and it's like now I have myself in a position where I don't help like I want to help people, but this is my way of helping people. Because before
Mhm.
I was able to help others, and now I can still help people by writing a book. So the impact and the challenge is, even when I wrote the part about the COVID situation, I mean, we still dealing with COVID right now, and I know it's hard because people have lost lives, and and it took away a lot of things. You had to get along with each other. So I looked at that too. I added that in the book because I felt like that was something that the world needed to hear, because some people real is still looking at like they took my loved ones, but sometimes it was in God's time.
Right.
And sometimes, if you got the rules and regulations to stay put and you decided to flop everywhere, then you catch COVID and
Yeah.
you got challenges going on in your health, then you got to realize sometimes you got to take responsibility, accountability for your own. So the
Yeah.
impact and the challenge, it wasn't hard. It was easy to write. It's just trying to make it so it was understandable,
Okay.
and it will reach my audience. They will reach the people that need to reach.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. I love it. So what is next for you in your author journey?
Oh my goodness. What I would like to do, I want to um I want to speak. That's what I would like to do. I want to speak. I want to do a webinar. Um my podcast, I want to open it up to share, not just for me to share. I want others to come on and share different things. Um and I just as for books, I want to maybe write there's another book that I have brewing within me, and I'm gonna get that together. But right now, I just want to work on little different platforms that I have. I want to speak. I just want to be able to share on my journey and help others. That's one of my biggest things that I would like to do. I also, again, do a webinar about healing, the healing journey, and walking in your purpose, or just share in general. That's what I would like to do.
Absolutely. So as you continue to share about your journey and share your voice and step out of your comfort zone, right? How can people connect with you on social media so that we can learn more about your journey?
Okay, you can connect with me on Facebook at Tonya B. Bailey. I'm also on Instagram at Tonya underscore B underscore Bailey. My website is www.tanyabagwell-bailey.com. You can reach me though at those places.
Um, and then, of course, we always end the show with this one last question, and that is, what impact do you want your book and your work to leave on the world?
Who I am, who I really am. I don't want them to be looking at me like I was just somebody with a kidney transplant or breast cancer. I want you to look at me like that's the lady that kept pushing through the trials and tribulations that she went through. Is what I want to be left. My As far as my legacy, I want to leave a legacy for, because I don't have kids, for my nieces and nephews to see that their aunts kept pushing no matter what she went through. She wrote books. Had po- she had a podcast. She was in magazines, but she kept going no matter what her challenges was. Is what I want to lead the world.
Absolutely. And you are definitely doing that. You are living the legacy that you plan to leave behind. So continue showing up and doing the amazing work, right? So we appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on and joining me again. I know this will not be the last time because you are always putting the work in. Listeners, make sure that you go and connect with Miss Tanya on her social media platforms. Definitely make sure that you go and pick up a copy of her new book, Healing While Walking in Your Purpose. And make sure, if you can, drop how can they order a copy of the book?
Order the book. You can go on my website again at Tonya Bagwell Bailey.com, or you can do payhip.com/Bailey89.
All right, listeners, make sure, of course, when you listen, like, subscribe, and share. This was someone who needs to be reminded of that message, that to keep showing up in the trust guide in the healing process. All
Yes.
right. Until next time, take care. Thank you for tuning in.